Welcome back to another episode of Fiction Kitchen. In this series, we'll show you how to recreate food from video games, books, TV, and movies. This episode will be a Thanksgiving edition featuring Rachel Green's awful trifle from an episode of Friends. In the episode, Rachel attempts to make a trifle that includes a layer of Ladyfingers, a layer of jam, one layer of custard made from scratch, fresh raspberries, more Ladyfingers, beef sautéed with peas and onions, more custard, bananas, and whipped cream on top. Hopefully this one won't taste like feet. For day one, we'll start off by making Ladyfingers. To start, you'll need to separate 4 large eggs. Your 4 egg whites will go into a mixing bowl and be mixed on medium to high speed for a few minutes. While the egg whites are mixing, go ahead and add 1/4 a cup of sugar gradually. Continue to mix your egg white mixture until stiff peaks. While your egg whites are mixing, combine your 4 egg yolks, your 1/4 a cup of sugar, and a pinch of salt in a separate bowl and mix well. Be sure to blend the mixture really well until the mixture appears to be light yellow in color. Finally, add 1/2 a teaspoon of vanilla extract to your egg yolk mixture and blend well. When your egg whites have stiff peaks, go ahead and add your yolk mixture and fold it in gently. To fold a mixture means to gently combine. This is less aggressive than stirring, and you won't lose the air in your meringue. Once your mixture is fully incorporated, go ahead and fold in your flour. In this recipe, I'm actually using 1/3 a cup of almond flour and 2/3 a cup of coconut flour for a keto-friendly recipe. If you use all-purpose flour in the recipe, you will have a nice thick batter. However, if you use the keto recipe, it will turn out to be more of a dough. Once everything is combined, go ahead and carefully put your dough or batter into a piping bag. Once filled, snip off the tip of the piping bag at about 1 inch and carefully pipe out 3-inch long cookies that are spaced 1 inch apart on a baking sheet. You'll bake your Ladyfingers in the oven at 375 degrees Fahrenheit for 15 minutes. Now let's move on to making our vanilla custard from scratch. In a mixing bowl, combine 4 large egg yolks, 2/3 cup of sugar, 1/4 cup of cornstarch, and 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Make sure you get all of your egg yolk. Carefully mix the ingredients together, and then using a hand mixer, blend until it becomes a light yellow color. Once blended, find a medium-sized saucepan and take 2 cups of whole milk and heat that on medium to high heat. Then add 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. Once the milk starts to bubble, remove it from heat. Then, gradually add a little bit of the milk to your egg mixture and stir. Once half of the milk has been added, go ahead and pour the egg mixture back into the saucepan and heat until it starts to thicken. Then, remove it from heat and place it in a glass container. Once the container is filled with your custard, go ahead and take some plastic wrap and seal in the top. Press down to make sure there are no air pockets, and then seal the container. Refrigerate it overnight. For day 2, we'll make our beef sautéed with peas and onions. For the beef, you'll need 2 cups of shredded coconut and 4 to 5 heaping scoops of hazelnut spread. You'll want to make sure that the hazelnut spread is mixed really well with the coconut. If it's too dry, just add another scoop. Now for your substitute as an onion, you'll take 1 to 2 peeled green pears and chop them up as you would an onion. Next, you'll take 1 to 2 kiwi fruit and dice them up really small to look like peas. For your whipped cream layer, you can use store-bought or make your own at home. For homemade, you'll need 1 cup of heavy whipping cream and 1/8 a cup of powdered sugar. You'll blend it really well until it starts to form stiff peaks. Now it's time to assemble the trifle. For the first layer, it's going to be your Ladyfingers. You can also add a shot of flavor for additional yumminess. For layer 2, I am piping on the seedless raspberry jam layer. Layer 3 is your custard made from scratch layer. For layer 4, you will need freshly washed raspberries. You will need at least 2 to 3 cartons. Layer 5, we will add more Ladyfingers. For layer 6, we will add our beef sautéed with peas and onions. This is a rather messy layer, so be prepared to use the kitchen sink. Layer 7 is another layer of custard. And layer 8 is a layer of sliced bananas. And finally, layer 9, whipped cream on top. Once you've finished assembling your 9-layer trifle, take a few pictures and then pop it in the refrigerator for 2 to 3 hours before you're ready to serve. Rachel's Awful Trifle can serve 12 to 15 people, so it's the perfect dessert for this Thanksgiving to serve to your family and to your friends. Thank you for watching this episode of Fiction Kitchen, a Creation Station production. We'll see you next time, makers.